everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Phyllis, and here on my channel I share DIYs, home decor, Goodwill, thrift hauls, and more. And if this is your first time stopping by, thank you, and please consider subscribing. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, and I would love to read your comments. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all how I made my daughter a coffee table using cardboard boxes and peel and stick contact paper and paper straws to add a decorative flair. Now I'm showing you these because it's a 3-tier stacked coffee table. There is no bling in it like these here, and there's no mirror reflective in it, but it's just 3 stacks. And this table here, the black corner parts, I created corner brackets, was hoping to be feet, but that didn't work out, but I still used it. Now what I am using as a support to hold the weight that I'm putting in the middle of the boxes are these tubes. I keep these tubes when I purchase peel and stick contact paper because these tubes are very hard. I even made my daughter a paper towel holder, and this is just a 1-minute short video. I'll put that in the description box below if you'd like to see that. But these are so strong and sturdy. So I'm using, and I think I had a total of 10 or maybe 15, even more, because I keep them, like I said, over time. And what I'm doing here is I'm using one piece and making sure all of them are the same length. So you see me just sliding it on the smaller ones, and then I had some big ones too as well. And then I take this utility knife, and you can see how I am cutting it, that it is very stiff, because if it was thin or soft as a tissue paper towel holder, it would just bend. So this was kind of tough to cut. Even with this utility knife, the scissors wouldn't have done it at all. I tried it and all it did was bend it, but this is working fine. So here I cut a bunch of them, and then you'll see where I took 4 cardboard square pieces, which I took from the back of some Dollar Tree mirrors that I had. You know how these are in the back, and you saw there I used this tape to tape them to fit the inside, and here are all of the tubes glued to the bottom using some, let me see, I think you call it plaster. You'll see the tube coming up later down in the video because I didn't have a glue stick with me. I'm here in Jacksonville, so I don't have much of what I need, but I did get resourceful for what I did. Now here I closed it up, and here I'm just pressing on it to make sure it is firm enough to hold the weight of anything that sits on top of the table. And this, I'm using the foam board. This is black foam board that I had from an order that I used when I did my daughter's grid wall. I'm just using this to cover the top because when I put the contact paper on it, I want it to be smooth. If I didn't, it would have went into the indentation of where the boxes meet. And here I glued it on again using this, it's not plaster of Paris, a caulking, that's what it is, caulking that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now here I'm taking this marble contact paper. This is a roll that I had that I hadn't used. I purchased it from Walmart, and I'm just covering. Again, that's the top of the table that I'm working with now. And again, I wanted it to be smooth. I'm going to be using a mirror that I found from my daughter, I think it was about 3 years ago, on the side of the road. The edge of it is cracked, but I'm using that now as a temporary thing. This is the bottom part of the table that I'm working with, and it's the same process. I use the tubes as support, and then I put a piece of foam board on top of this, and I'm going to close it. Here I'm sitting on it, and I'm going to kind of balance myself by picking my feet up off the floor just to show you how strong it is. So it's going to be able to hold the weight of whatever she puts on top of the coffee table. Again, that's the bottom. The other part I showed you was the top, I believe, or the middle. And then you're going to see the top of the table. Now here it is. This is the tube of stuff that I'm using because, again, I don't have any hot glue sticks. I don't have my hot glue gun with me. So I had 2 of these tubes that I purchased from the Dollar Tree last summer when I did my daughter's wall art, and using that. And I'll also put that in the description box below if you're interested to see how I created her wall art using that tube of, I keep thinking plaster of Paris, but you know what I'm talking about. I got it from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to cover this. So I covered all 3 boxes. And this here is also cardboard. It comes in some boxes that have heavy pieces, and I always keep like furniture. I think this is when she bought a chair, she had that. So I had a total of 8 of them. I covered all 8 of them. with that, and I'm going to be using around the bottom of the middle box and the top box. And then the bottom box, I just cover the corners. That little box, I just cover the corners with the contact paper only. And here it is. I'm using some heavy duty two-sided sticky tape. I love this stuff. And I'm sticking it to that because, again, I don't have my glue gun. And I didn't want to use the caulking for this. So I'm just putting it on all four corners, and here it is all done. And I believe this is the top of the table. Yes, I got it turned upside down because, and I have the two-sided sticky tape there because I'm gluing the top or the middle part to it. Now these are straws that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. They have them in silver and gold. They're paper straws, but I like them because at first I thought they were metal until I picked them up and I never saw them. So I purchased 2 packs of those, and here's that two-sided tape, and I'm going to show you where I glued it on the front and the back, but this is the front of the table. And there's that mirror piece that I found for her. And it's sitting on the top of a foam board that I purchased from Amazon. It's not the thin foam board from the Dollar Tree. And then the foam board is sitting on napkin rings. You'll see that. Now here I have my granddaughter. She's recording me doing this because I want you all to see how I'm doing this here. I cut tiny little slits to fit the length of the straws, and I'm doing an up, down pattern on the front of the coffee table as well as the back, but the front has more straws on it than the back. So that way, my daughter, when she takes the mirror off to clean or move the table, she knows what the front of the table is. So again, I just cut strips and I put it on the bottom of the straw and the middle of the straw. Wherever it is going to be leaning against the table. And this turned out really nice. This is something that I did on a spur of the moment because she wanted a coffee table. So I said, well, let me just make you one for right now because she's on a tight budget. And she really, really likes it. And I like the way it's turned out. Here it is all completed. You see, I also added some crystal knobs that I had for a while. I put 4 in each corner, and that kind of is a support to hold the mirror in. And I use the caulking to glue that to the foam board. And the camera will get up close to it again to where you will see 4 Dollar Tree napkin rings that I put on the top to put the foam board, sit the foam board on it. And now the way I adhered the napkin rings, I used the two-sided sticky tape for that. But it all came out so nice. And if you want to know how I think I did show you earlier, I attached all 3 boxes using the two-sided sticky tape, and I did on the bottom box use some of the caulking as well. But this turned out so nice and she liked it. So if you liked what you saw here in this video, and if this is your first time, I want to thank you for stopping by and ask that you consider subscribing. Give it a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. And also, I'd like to hear your comments on this coffee table that I created using Amazon boxes and the Pringle box at the bottom. And I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching JRC Restoration, Decor, and Designs. And remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. So until next time, make it a blessed and productive day, everyone. Bye-bye.